Hi, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Crystal welcomes you home, where I discuss topics related to real estate. You may or you may not know, I am a local realtor in the state of Texas and in the state of Michigan. I am also a licensed life insurance agent in the state of Texas and in the state of Michigan. If you are in the North Dallas, Texas area and you are looking to relocate or to move, feel free to reach out to me. I will be more than happy to assist you. Listen, I have some information for you today. I've been getting a lot of inquiries from individuals looking to move to Texas who currently have the housing choice voucher. And they're wondering what the process is to move to Texas. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you step-by-step instructions on what you need to know and what you need to do to relocate. Grab a pen, grab a piece of paper. I'm going to be giving you a lot of information and you may want to take some notes, okay? The very first thing you want to do when relocating using your housing choice voucher is you want to reach out to your current agency. So whomever is servicing your voucher, you want to reach out to them and you want to let them know that you are intending to move. In this video, I'm going to use Texas as an example because I am here in Dallas, Texas. So I'm going to just tell you exactly what the process is if you're looking to move to Texas. Okay. The first thing you want to do is, and you may see me look down because I have some notes here. I just want to make sure that I stay on track and I don't venture off in this video be an hour. So I'm trying to make it as short as possible, but I want to make sure you have a thorough understanding on what the processes are. Okay. So one, you want to reach out to your current agency and you want to let them know that you're interested in porting your housing choice voucher to Texas. Okay. You're going to have to submit a written request for portability. In most states, they ask for like a 30-day notice. So what that means is once you submit your request, you need to do that 30 days prior to you moving out. That gives them enough time to reach out to your current landlord to let them know you will no longer be living in the home and that they can start preparing to look for another tenant. And also to make sure that there's no outstanding balances or any violations taking place on your end. Um, you need to specify the city that you're moving to in Texas. For instance, I tell everyone, get a realtor. Unless you're moving back to Texas and you're familiar with the state, I would say, or the community that you're looking to move into, if you're not 100% familiar with the community, I highly suggest getting a realtor. One of the reasons why I suggest getting a realtor is you're going to need someone who is knowledgeable of the housing market and the community that you're looking to move into. When you're looking to relocate to a different state, there's some things you have to consider. If you have children, what are they in grade school? Are they in high school? Will they be going off to college soon? If you work, what field of business are you in so that you can be in an area where your business can thrive? If you're disabled or if you need to see a specialist, what areas are closest to the specialist that you need, right? So once you are in communication with your realtor will ask you the qualifying questions needed in order to help you make an informed decision. So that's very important. You want to confirm your eligibility. So, for instance, you want to be sure that you've had the housing choice voucher for at least 12 months before you will be eligible to port out. You also want to make sure that you are in good standings with your current landlord and that there's no violations in terms of back rent that's due from your proportion or any outstanding utility bills, things of that nature. You have to be in good standing before you can port over to a different state. Also, you want to make sure that you're reaching out to different housing authorities. So before you move, I would say before you submit your written request to port, you want to know exactly what city you're looking to move to so that you would know what agencies supports that particular city. And then out of that list, you want to call and you want to vet the agencies to make sure that you have an agency that best suits your family's needs. For instance, if you know that you're going to be porting in and you're going to rent for 12 months and your long-term goal is to buy a home using your housing choice voucher, which you can do that. I'm going to drop another video giving you step-by-step instructions on how to purchase a home using your housing choice voucher. However, if you know that you're going to be looking to buy purchase in the near future or after 12 months, then you want to make sure that you're porting over to an agency that offers the home buying program. Not all agencies offer that program. So you want to make sure that you're vetting the different agencies before porting over so that you can make sure that the agency that you sign up with or that you port over to has the programs that best suit your needs. Okay. That's very important. Once you have determined the agency that you're going to go with, then your current agency will initiate the porting process with that agency. So they'll pretty much reach out to that agency on your behalf. Now, for Texas, you really have to call into the agencies and see who is accepting ported vouchers. So pretty much most agencies aren't taking new recipients in Texas. However, if you currently have a housing choice voucher and you're porting in from another state, they'll go ahead and they will assume the port, which means they will assume the transactional piece. So they'll be responsible for all of your recertifications, making sure your paperwork is in and on time and up to date, making sure your inspections are happening on time and up to date. However, they will not be responsible for paying your landlord. Your current agency will still be the agency that is responsible for making those payments out. However, the porting agency will be just responsible for taking care of the paperwork on the back end. Okay. And if you are confused on how to find different agencies, HUD has on their website a search section where you can find different agencies in different cities in different states if you just go on their website. But you can also Google it. What is it? The House Choice Voucher Housing Agencies in whatever city that you're looking to move in, and you should get a list off of Google. Okay. Your current agency will send over your voucher portability packet, your income verification, and your family composition details over to the porting agency. So they'll be responsible for sending all of those documents over. However, you do want to make sure that you have all those documents handy just in case, in which I'm almost 100% sure they will, but they ask you for a copy when you come in to do your briefing, which leads into the next. You will have to come in and do a briefing the same way you did with your current agency, where you went in and you did the briefing, you brought in all of your paperwork, your social security card, your birth certificate, your proof of income, and all those documents that you have to bring in. They're going to ask for you to bring those in during your briefing as they're bringing you over, importing your file over to their agency. Also, you may have to have a new voucher, depending. In some cases where people are moving in from states where the housing market is lower, you would get a new voucher to reflect the housing market cost here in Texas. For instance, if you're living in a state right now where the average 4 bedroom is going for $2,200, and then you port into Texas, then you may get an increase to $2,700, which is primarily what the average 4 bedroom is here in Texas. So you'll get an increase to compensate what the housing cost or the housing market is here in Texas, right? And same if you're moving from California where the cost of living is more, it will decrease if you were to move to Texas because our cost of living is cheaper um, than California. Once you are approved and you're fully ported over, you want to start looking for landlords or homeowners or investors who accepts the housing choice voucher. Now, I will say I work with a few investors who primarily only rent to people who have the housing choice voucher, and many of their homes are brand new, which was a little bit different than when I lived in Michigan. There, most landlords and investors, they kind of shunned away from renting to people who had the housing choice voucher, which is something that I never understood. But when I moved to Texas, I noticed that there were more investors, more homeowners who were willing to work with people with the vouchers. However, I do know that most of them are working with realtors. So it'll be easier for you as a buyer or a potential renter to have a realtor that you're working with so that they can reach out to the realtor who's representing the investor, right? Because it just gets kind of murky when you're dealing with people and you're trying to help someone move into the state and they're not being represented by a realtor, and it's like and you're representing the investor. You can't represent the investor and the buyer. So I would just suggest, if you looking to port, find you a realtor, find someone who can represent you, and get your documents in and put in your offer letter to make sure that everything gets, or your application. I'm sorry, I also do purchases and sales too, so sometimes I get the terms confused, but you want to make sure that you're getting your application put in and the necessary information in order to get yourself approved. Okay. Once you find a property and you're interested in moving forward, the assuming agency will schedule inspection. They'll go out, they'll inspect the property, and once the property passes the inspection, and then they'll move forward with the lease. So they'll let you know, okay, this home has been approved. We can go ahead and we can sign the lease. At that point, all parties sign the lease, and then now you're in agreement, and the payments can start moving forward. Okay. Now, some of the things that will make this transaction smooth for you is make sure that you start early. If you know you want to port out, don't send in your portability request until you found the state and the city that you want to move in, or the state and the cities. Just have that information ready. Um, if you know that there's 3 cities and they're all pretty much centrally located, or they're like in close proximity to one another, it's a good chance that there's an agency that's servicing all 3 of those cities. That's big too. So if you, let's say for North Dallas, where I primarily work, if you're looking in Plano, McKinney, um, Allen, those areas, they're all pretty much close to each other, and there are housing authorities that will pretty much service each of those cities. So if you found a home in any of those areas, you'll have, that one particular agency will service them all. Okay, so that's very important. You will be maintaining communication with both the agencies. I would say you would probably be more in communication with the agency that has assumed your port more so than your home agency, who will be responsible for the payments. So, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, once you port over, you're in most cases, you're not going to be leaving your home agency altogether. They will no longer be servicing your account, meaning they won't be responsible for your recertifications, inspections, making sure all paperwork is turned in on time, deadlines, any violations, if you have a problem with the landlord, all that stuff. You'll do that through the agency that you have ported over to. However, the payments will be coming from the agency that you are currently with. If there is an increase where the housing cost has gone up because you've moved to Texas, they will the company that you're currently with will adjust that dollar amount to fit the area or the community that you have ported over to, and they'll still make those payments. And like I said, some people are like afraid, oh, will they let me go because I ported? No, because this is a business and they're in business because they have you, the customer. So as long as they can service you, they're in business. So they want to, if they can hold on to you, they are happy. Trust me. So you don't have to worry about that at all. And prepare for potential delays. You can, so the 30-day process. So once you put in your port, you have 30 days to find a new home. All right. So that means be out of the home that you're in and ready to sign a lease on a new one. You can get an extension. I don't know how many times or for how long, maybe a total of maybe 60 days you can get an extension. I would say prepare for that. Prepare for the possibilities if you're going to need an extension. You want to make sure that if you're moving to a community where you have family or you have friends or someone you can stay with if you don't find a property in time, or have enough money saved up where you can stay at a motel or something like that until you're able to land a home. And this is why I say it's very, very important, especially in Texas, to make sure you are working with a realtor, because realtors know realtors and most realtors are also investors. So in order to, and we are usually a part of a larger network. So we can say, hey, I have a client that's moving in, has a, housing choice voucher, is approved for a such and such dollar amount, looking for a 4 bedroom. Who knows anyone who's, renting or has a property right now? And I'm more likely to get hits, or we're as realtors are more likely to get hits on, hey, I got a property over here, take them to go and see it, see if this fits, things of that nature. So I hope this video has helped you. If you have made it this far, please, please like this video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe. I've been looking at my views and I am so appreciative that I have been getting a lot of views on my videos. I'm just hoping that you guys subscribe. I will be bringing more real estate information to you, not your traditional real estate, but like things like this, questions that people have that they just don't know who to talk to, what realtor wants to, dive into this information. I want to be able to be the go-to person for you. Okay, so hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I release a video. My next video, if this video interests you, and if you have a housing choice voucher, I will be dropping another video showing you step by step how to purchase a home using your housing choice voucher. Yep, I said purchase your home using your housing choice voucher. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. And thank you for subscribing. And until next time, be safe. Bye.